First, I want to recognize the crowd. Final exams, they're basically over now, and we had a lot of students there tonight, so I know we did the school song there on the court, and I thanked a lot of those students for sticking around and coming to the game tonight. So never gets old thanking our student body and how they supported this team. And I just want to recognize them. Then season ticket holders, as always, and anybody that came to the game tonight that hasn't been before, thank you. We're trying to build something special here that represents all of us, and we can't do it without great attendance. So a lot of respect for Northwestern State's program. The coach, Simply State, is just one of the best guys in college basketball. He's coaches a guy that's always been for coaches, and I thanked him before the game tonight. My very first year in coaching and recruiting, I happened to sit next to him at a recruiting event, and it's kind of cool to sit next to a head coach. And I mean, he went out of his way to kind of talk to me and be nice and stuff. And so impressions like that, mean a lot. So I want to wish them the best of luck this season. That's a program that we always pull for.
Both of you guys have got a loud enough voice. That first half, that seemed to be as good as you've played since I've seen you play. What went so right in that first half?
Well, we was just locked in on defense. We had a great defense mentality. Everybody who came in, we was flying around and just playing as hard as we can, and we're just trying to focus on putting 40 minutes together.
Yeah, I'll echo what Culver said. I think defensively we were executing a game plan. Everybody was bringing energy. And I thought on offense we hit a lot of shots early, which always helps. We've got good shooters. Then I was really proud of the guys about midway through the first half. We said, hey, let's just don't settle, though. Because, to win in the Big 12, you got to be able to make shots, but you also got to be able to get to the bonus and get to the free throw line. There's a balance. And I thought in the first half, I would agree with you. That's about as well as we played all year long.
Jarrett, you led the team again in points. So, how do you think your leadership is growing as the season progresses?
My team opened up a lot for me. We just got out and started running, and the points came from me. But they opened up a lot of teams, and they focus on me a lot. And sometimes that opens up a lot for my teammates. So just the bond of that, just getting together, me opening up stuff for my team, and they opening up a lot for me.
Coach, Deshaun really came alive in the second half. Just what did you think about his performance?
Yeah, I've said it before, and I, never get tired of talking about Deshaun. He's one of our best players. He works really hard. He's made some real changes and sacrifices to play at this level. He's always been the best player on the team wherever he's been. Last year he led South Plains to a national championship. And here, as good players do, he's figuring out what he's got to do to get on the floor. And he's played well for us on both ends. I think the exciting thing from a coaching standpoint about him is he has a whole nother upside. So I have really high expectations for Deshaun. I think he's got greatness in him, and I think he's on the path towards that.
Coach, you won the first half by 43 points and lost the second by 8. Could you just talk about the challenge of stringing together two quality halves of basketball?
Yeah, our theme this year is consistency, right? We're trying to get consistent. Tonight's a great example of how we're not quite there yet. I thought in the first half we played the game about as well as you can play basketball. Then in the second half, and you got to give Northwestern State credit. You couldn't even tell what the score was based on how hard they were playing. Coach was coaching until the end. They gave us all we could handle in the second half. I think that's a great reflection of their character, their team, what they're all about. I understand. I told the players, I understand it's hard to play with these big leads. You want to value patience, but you still want to attack. It's kind of like the prevent defense in football, which I'm not a big fan of. And I think you just go win the game, but. So I know these games are hard, but I think our players will be the first to tell you that there's a lot of things we've got to do better. We've got to be more disciplined when we have big leads, just like we're going to have to be very disciplined when we're on the other end of these things. And it's not a matter of if. It's going to happen at some point where we're going to have to show the character and the courage to make a comeback. But I think consistency and really discipline is what we've got to find, embrace. It's got to my right. It's got to lead us in a lot of these ways. But in the second half, we just didn't have much discipline and we weren't consistent.
Mooney hit those 3 threes to start that first half. What did that do for the team to get that electric kind of start and get the energy flowing?
Matt, he's a great shooter. He works on his craft every day, so just him getting started early was a great start for us. And we was out there looking for him since he was hot, so we was always looking for the hot hand. So just he got us off to a great start, and we just build off his energy.
Yeah, and just Saturday, just at Madeline Christian, just talk a little bit about that game and just the specialness of it, playing in the Coliseum.
Anything else for Culver before we let him go eat and take a shower and buy me a Christmas present? Yeah, hell, I hope Culver's around here for a long time. I want to coach him for 4 years, but there's a pretty good chance that's not going to happen. So I just encourage you guys, if you got a question for Culver, like, you know, Jared, what are you going to get your mom and dad for Christmas?
I don't know yet. They're going to the game in New York, so that's my Christmas present to them.
Are you going to give me a present?
Yeah, because I don't know what it is yet.
Okay. How about 40 minutes of basketball, not 20?
Yeah.
Let's mention the game Saturday. So appreciate all y'all getting the word out and everything you've done. Many of you were at the Coliseum earlier this week when we had the press conference, but just a special day for our university, I think, not just basketball program now. An iconic, old, just legendary building. You think about Tex Winter coaching the first game there. You think about the Glory Road team winning the region there to go to the Final Four. And you think of all the great players and coaches, all the traditions. This is a special building. Then think of everything that's happening there in non-basketball. Like I said the other day, I saw Willie Nelson there when I first got to Lubbock, and I still remember that. And so last game ever, 6 o'clock against an ACU team that's really good. They'll come in here 9-1. They've already had 4 road wins. They're a good team, and they're plenty good enough to beat us if we don't play great. I don't even think Good's going to get it done Saturday night. So great opponent, great game. Last chance to be in the Coliseum. I think we've priced this thing very fairly. I think there's still $5 tickets. To me, it's not really about the revenue. Kirby might disagree, but it's about honoring the program, all the coaches, the players, and having a great atmosphere on this night. Obviously, 2 high school games before our game. I can't really promote that with the NCAA rules. I know that's surprising that there's an NCAA rule that doesn't make much sense, but 2 high school games and then our game, so 3 basketball games in there on Saturday, and just look forward to a great night at 6 o'clock in the old Coliseum.